Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K rock and metal channel. And today we're going to be checking out a new song by the band Tribe of Ghosts. The song is called False Gods. I've not had a chance to check this out. Kirk, I know you've already seen it once.
Yeah, I've seen it live as well. The song in Luton earlier this year.
Okay, so you're aware of it. And Andy, I think, you may have seen this if they've done it live or...
Track, I've seen Tribal Ghosts at least once. The infamous show Kirk's referring to, my band should have played it, so that's a bit of a sore point. But yeah, it'd be interesting. I think I did enjoy. I think I enjoyed their set. I think they're a decent band. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to check out. So yeah, let's go check it out. Okay, so there we go. Tribe of Ghosts and False Gods. Andy, your thoughts?
Yeah, as we sort of said between, just off camera, we have seen these guys live at Club 85 Hitchin, probably about a year ago. I remember from that night, the sort of tracks being a little more sort of guitar driven than that. That was sort of very sort of industrial with the guitars kind of, sort of as almost like a rhythmic element and sort of keyboard and synth sort of driving that song. I really do like the guys' vocals. The very harsh, suits the music very well. Contrast with the girls singing. I'd like hers to have had perhaps, the odd line, the odd word, a bit more aggressive as well, but they work well together. Video, obviously very disturbing imagery throughout. The sort of the capture and the potential torture, that was quite disturbing, wasn't it? And then a bit of a sort of blood S&M club type thing going on in the second half. Is the look of it has come across really well. They've obviously put the storyboard to the guy doing the filming, and they've come up with a really good sort of music video to accompany the song. I just prefer a little bit more sort of guitars in the music that I listen to, and maybe some of their other tracks feature it a little bit more heavily. I don't know, but it probably wouldn't be something I'll go back to, though I did really like the video.
I'm going to go next because obviously, Kirk, you've had a bit more time to digest some thoughts on this. So from a musical point of view, I actually really like this one compared to some of the stuff I'd heard live, mainly because I like the clear separation of the vocal style. She's got a great voice. It had a very cool hook to the chorus between the two vocals. I like the back and forth, that ping pong in the vocal lines back and forth and sharing. I thought that was very good. It did feel like that 1 minute 40 seconds worth of stuff before it kind of really kicked in with any guitar did drag for me. It kind of had a couple of 8 bars worth, like an 8 bar of rotation, another 8 bars before it really kind of went anywhere significant. I understand it's a build-up song, and I was a little bit worried when it was gotten to 1 minute 30 something, I think it was, when the guitars kicked in. But just before that, I was like, please, guitars have got to come in now. Otherwise, this is going to drag. If I wasn't watching this video, I would have probably dropped off the song by now because it needs something to punch it up and take it to the next level. And that's when the chorus kicked in, and that worked really well. The video itself, very visually striking. And if you don't try to work out what it's about, it's probably a really cool video until you try to work out what it's about. And then it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. When I take it without having the lyric sheet in front of me, so I'm just taking it from the title of False Gods. I go, one's in prison, one's in a dentist chair being held down, then they're on a bondage and S&M rack, and then they're in a vampire blood party from Blade. There you go.
It did remind me of Blade, that. I agree.
It was the Blade blood party. And I'm like, okay, so I get the references, but I don't get what that's got to do with who's the false god then? Who is money? Is sex the false god? What is the false god? None of the images talk.
Collection of cool imagery put together for a music video, though, without having to be a story or.
But it got boring because of that for me. Especially, I'm very glad they moved forward from the cage and the dentist chair because that went on for far, far too long. Being restrained in a chair screaming, I was like, please don't tell me the whole video is just this. Because we were halfway through the video before it went to a new location. I was like, okay. Then you got a club scene and they're kind of dancing, and I'm like, okay, I get what's going on here, but I just couldn't tie in because there's obviously a story. There is some sort of story they're trying to get across. Because you could have easily done a different video without having any form of story element. There is definitely a story element they're trying to get across, but for me, I haven't got it. Watching the video, I'm going to have to get the lyrics to understand what those images mean. So from that, it fails as a music video overall for me. But from a purely non-story based music video, it was very striking and very visually on the money. I thought that was very well shot. So I will give them props for that. But I have to talk about the story elements because they've tried to do a story element. That's the reason I have to pick it. Apart from that, yeah, really, really good track. I really enjoyed it. So good one for me. Kirk.
Okay, so I did interview the band in April this year.
Yeah.
I went to see them play on the headlining tour, and they played the Castle in Luton. And Adam Sedgwick, the main songwriter and vocalist and guitar player, he told me that this is going to be a concept album about the elite, the 1% who run these human battery farms to churn out slaves. And that it started, you know, it's with an Aldous Huxley quote, who famously wrote the novel Brave New World, this dystopian classic in the 1930s. So because I know that, Dave, some of that did make sense to me. So the false gods could be that the 1% want you to be distracted by debauchery, decadence, exploring your sexual identity while they continue to run the world. Or it could be in a world like this where you know that you're downtrodden. False gods, is there a deity that you could even dare to believe in that's going to get you out of this servitude?
But I like the fact that you're saying it could be. You freaking know the song. And you don't understand what the fucking video is.
So I've heard this song twice, once live, and then I did catch it on YouTube a few days ago. Musically, this is definitely, for me, going to be an album track. I can see why they've released it as a single for that glorious interplay in the chorus that you pointed out, Dave, where Becky Blaker, she's going, oh, and then you've got Adam Sedgwick roaring
How'd
through
she
the
go?
microphone. I can't do it as good as her, so I'm not going to do it. Can I just say as well, Becky actually had an operation on her sinuses as well last year because she just wants to get better as a vocalist. I think she had some problems. Her voice is spectacular. She can do that Mariah Carey whistle technique. And there's a song on one of those singles that they've released today where she does that. And I've never heard that in a metal environment. This band started off as like a post-metal sludge band, and they've reset, they've retooled. They're nothing like that now. And you're right, Andy. This was almost like, to me, when you used to buy a rock or metal single in the late 90s, and on the B-side, you'd have a remix, and there'd be like an industrial interpretation. I agree, the first minute and a half felt like that. You know, you'd go and buy a Smashing Pumpkins single, and you'd have this remix, and it wouldn't sound anything like the original. So I understand why they're doing that. That band Garbage set themselves up to do that, didn't they? Butch Vig and then his friends, and then they got Shirley Manson in. I think, I know I've gone off on a tangent there. Yeah, I've gone off on a tangent. But that middle eight, you know, where it comes in with the drop tune guitar, they've even made that sound like a dubstep drop, haven't they? It doesn't even sound like a guitar. So they're clearly, with this, I think they do want a reaction. And they're saying to the fans, look, whatever you've heard from us in the past, we are capable of drawing from so many influences, and we're just going to blind you with this song where you are going to have to wait for the guitars. It's going to be aggressive in other ways. We're going to have these glorious melodies in there, but there's going to be a real savage darkness to it as well. Danny Yates, the drummer, we interviewed him, didn't we, for this channel? He's also in that Sunderland deathcore band, Asaya, that is signed to Unique Leader Records. They're fucking brutal, that band. I don't know if he would enjoy playing this, although when I went to see them live, he was wearing a Nine Inch Nails vest, so maybe he would, but not really the type of thing that attacks you, would it, be playing this live if you're behind the drum kit? I couldn't really hear the bass in there, but I think that's just because I need to hear this with headphones. The guitars seem low in the mix to me as well.
No, they're all right. It's just probably on the speakers.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're down-tuned, you know, that he's got a monstrous guitar distortion. I think the is glorious. I would say these are one of the great up-and-coming bands, you know, great hopes for the English metal scene. And they've just landed a sports slot with that progressive sludge metal band, who are one of my favourites. So they're going to be touring throughout December and playing some bigger venues. And they've played, is it Bloodstock twice? So this is definitely a band on the up.
Yeah. Well, if you liked this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on our video sometime very soon. Take care.